All right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We're back tonight. We're playing more Legendinthemist, and we finally reunited with your dear friend Poe, and now all hell's gonna break loose, and we'll go from there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were so excited to, Oswald's coming and things are good, and yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we want to just dive in. Just dive in. Last time around. You all were resting overnight in the Elvish village. And in the morning, you were given use of a boat so that you could traverse the Lake Umbra, and hopefully make it to your rendezvous point with your old pal Poe, because you had all taken a very circuitous route to get there. So you were traveling across the lake, which on a normal day would probably be fine. But something about the lake's waters was very uncooperative. So lots of strong currents, whirlpools, that kind of threatened to bring the boat under. There was some weird thick tar that was kind of eating away at the hull a bit here and there. There was a newly risen island with this broken tower that was looming nearby. All sorts of debris was in the water, including a body or two that you saw. And the whole time, the sky was dark and thundering. And every now and then, when the lightning kind of flickered, you saw something glimmering above, and you realized it was the Blessed Singer, that crystal golem that the Twilight Choir had brought with them on the boat, and who has been looming around your village for some time now. You did make it to the northern shores, but the sky did kind of open at that point. Rain was falling. Delayed your progress a little bit. I think one or two of you might have gotten turned around at some point. We won't say who. It's not no finger pointing. But eventually you did make it there by the skin of your teeth, because there was a clock going essentially, and you all were like one tick away from arriving the next day and missing him. So you had a little talk with him, a little conversation. He told you some things. He says that the artifact that the choir drew out of that obelisk in the sea caves was some kind of beacon that was used by the Toranok, who's like this ancient civilization of sorcerers, that they had kind of created some kind of protective barrier, and that beacon was used to sort of mark the territory of it. And he also kind of talked again about how he and some of his followers and like-minded people had fractured off from the Twilight Choir, because they were very opposed to any attempts by anyone to go against this cycle of making and unmaking. And that's essentially what the Toranok is. That's why they've been going to all these places and collecting artifacts from ruins, and kind of just leaving the populace in the area completely none the wiser. Poe believes, his theory is that there is a place somewhere in the region called Stoneham where he believes is the place where this ancient civilization used some kind of magical artifacts and devices to protect themselves, specifically by encasing people in amber, which is something that you've seen quite a lot of in your area. And he believes that by limiting the stretch of it, how much area that they'll be able to succeed where this ancient civilization failed. So he needs your help in finding this place before the choir does, and before all of these various prelude events to the calamity that have been happening kind of make it impossible to do so. So you all grew a little worried about Tor Hollow when you heard that removing these crystal artifacts could potentially endanger people living near those obelisks. And since you had told the choir that Tor Hollow had just discovered one of these, you can presume that they were probably sending somebody down there. So you decided to have Snaggletooth try to summon Oswald onto Eldrin's Crow to see if Oswald would go warn them. And lo and behold, Snaggletooth was actually able to do it, shockingly enough. But he didn't just summon Oswald. As you looked up in the sky, you saw the crow coming down, but you saw behind him there in the sky, as the lightning was flickering, you saw the Blessed Singer had found you as well, and they were closing in. And so we're going to pick up right there. It is nighttime. It is dark. It is, I would say it's not storming incredibly at this moment. There might be a light kind of mist of rain, but nothing overly difficult. You are in the hills around the hinge. There is a light flicker to a campfire, and there is this glimmering light in the sky that is coming directly towards where you all are camped. Would anybody like to take the spotlight and do something?
We gotta get rid of that fire.
All right, Morgan, what do you want to do?
I don't know that I'm the best person to kick some dirt in the fire, but I would like to kick dirt in the fire.
Okay.
We should put the
No
fire
roll
out.
necessary.
Top priority.
No roll necessary. Done.
Okay.
It's not something that you need to roll for. You go over and you quickly start kicking dirt over the fire. Okay, and so you have certainly made it harder for it to see you. But as you look up, you do notice that it's still seeming to like kind of come down. But you notice for a moment it sort of slows for a second. But then it still begins to fly in your direction. It just gives it the moment's hesitation, but it doesn't seem to dissuade it completely. Kick, do you have something?
Yeah, right now our environment is sort of the hilltops. Is it grassy? Is it stones?
It's mostly
Is there a
stone.
big-
It's mostly rocky, but there's patches here and there of grass or moss, but mostly it's rocky.
All right, well, we gotta hide, but first, I'm just gonna grab the biggest rock I can and hurl it so that it's gonna fall down, make noise, and like distract and pull away from our positioning to a different position.
Nice.
I like that. Give me a roll for purely just for see how far away you can throw it.
Yup.
It's just purely a
Okay.
distance thing.
Strong as an ox, lift heavy loads, hurl something heavy. I don't want to smash it loudly because I do want to be a little bit quiet. I'm going to throw unintentional breakage because I could break the rock in.
I mean, you do want
What
to
if
smash it
being loud
loudly in
the
the
other place is a good
landing.
thing?
Yeah, like
Okay,
the
you
landing, you
smash
want
it
to be
loudly?
loud.
Okay.
Like
You
I
want
think,
it loud.
right? Like that was your
What
goal.
you're describing, you're wanting
That's
it to make a
true.
noise
That is
elsewhere.
true. I do want a loud distract. Okay, I've been persuaded.
Okay. I like it.
Mountaineer? Jeff, what do you think about Mountaineer?
If you
It's a
want
rock.
it, take it. Go right ahead.
It's-
Yeah, you know
helps
what
you find a
rocks
rock
to grab.
quickly.
Yeah, you know
I
what,
know
what
rocks.
rocks to grab. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I ought to change my Highlander weakness from getting lost in the forest to just navigation, but for now, what we're gonna.
It does
do
seem like that
this.
is a weakness. Yes. But yeah.
I
Okay.
think that would be fair. All right. Do I need to add any modifiers to this, Jeff?
Not for what you're doing. No, I think you're okay.
Do you have injuries or anything that's still lingering?
No, I actually. I'm
clean.
branded. I'm under suspicion, and that's like it. I'm
No,
actually
it must be
doing
nice.
okay. Not
Oh,
being
nice
Jeff
to be
is now
you.
going to absolutely smash me, but you know, I just get
Nah.
lost everywhere.
Okay, give it a rip. Let's see how you do. Not a great roll, but you had a lot of power.
Still an 8.
Thank goodness
Okay.
you added so
Yeah.
much stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strength stuff is my forte.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say: narrative consequence. You're able to pick up a huge, like a huge rock, not a boulder that's going too far, but a huge rock, and you just hurl it as far as you can. And in doing so, like it certainly lands like with a thud, and then it kind of cascades down the hill a bit. And you definitely see that there is a change in like the vector of where this creature is flying and approaching. But the consequence is that as you turn and shift, like you also disturb some of like the gravel on the ground, and little tufts of rock and dirt begin to kick up and fall down. And you do notice, because it has these gleaming eyes and it's got these rainbow colored wings as it gets closer, you do notice that there is a moment where it kind of looks over in your direction, but then it focuses on where you threw the rock to. Okay. Who else wants to do something here? We've got Kick. You threw the rock. It's kind of drew it away. Morgan, you've kicked out. You knocked out the fire. Snaggletooth. Is there any, as you're watching them, what do you think?
I'm trying to look through to see what I can really do to help with this situation other than...
More rock.
Rock. That doesn't really fit my thing. I'm sorry, I didn't have something
No, it's
ready.
okay. Lloyd, did you have something in mind?
Right, so we got to say hit and then good distraction kick. Let's get out of here with searching. Now, either point out places we can hide or run away to.
Okay, you can put a pull together to see if you can find a hiding space, a hiding spot, something like that, or a stealthy type of pool of some kind.
I'll go with learning environment.
Mm-hmm.
And
That makes sense.
Still curiosity,
Couple-
right?
yeah, couple it together with point out peculiarities, maybe find specific
Okay.
spots.
Okay. And I think you actually had, I don't think you put it on your sheet here, but you did actually have a temp tag from
The confident one. I put it in the.
Okay. Yeah, like confidence in like this region, this little area around. So I would say that little bit of knowledge that you were able to get from the elves about where they told you a little bit about like the henge and the surrounding regions, it might help you in this case. So you can probably add that as well.
Oh, the Secrets of the Henge one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
I'm going to say, though, that it has been continuing to move closer and closer and closer. There is a status that will be working against you in this case, as it's getting closer and closer. It hasn't. It's not directly coming at you. It's been lured to like at the bottom of this hill that you've all been kind of camping atop of. It's been lured down there, but it's very close at this point, much closer than it was probably when Morgan got this kicked off. So there's going to be a -1 working against you because it does have certain abilities.
Solid roll to start it off. I got a 14 total.
That is phenomenal. Okay. All right. Let's treat this like it's a tracked outcome here, and that means you've got 3 power to spend. Correct? Am I right? Yeah, you have 3 power to spend. Okay. You can just give. I would say you can give yourself like a hidden 3, if you would like. Does that make sense? Or you could create a tag that says hiding place of some kind. You just say hiding place. That means everybody else could potentially make use of it.
Okay, yeah, I'll create that hiding space.
Okay,
Put a nice
and then
area
you still have
hide under.
yeah, and then you still have 1 more power left that you could spend on yourself. You can kind of create like a small status for yourself if you would like.
Status for myself.
Yeah, based upon this like stealthy hiding thing. It's got to be related to whatever it is that you were trying to accomplish.
Then I'll give myself just a hidden.
Okay, give yourself hidden 1. Perfect. Okay. So it lands down at the base of this hill, and like you all see Lloyd bolt, and he kind of like waves you all over, but then he disappears into this kind of. It's halfway down the slope of the hill. There's like this small crevice that seems to slide behind this large boulder. The rest of you are a little bit slower, and maybe it's because you just hear the as the Blessed Singer lands, like it's got like almost like a Marvel superhero just smashes into the ground, and you just see the earth underneath it just rupture outward. And then moments later, you see this burst of light just suddenly erupt from it. And there's this long and beautiful bright light that just starts to expand further and further and further away. And you can see the light starts creeping up the hill, and it's about to encompass all of you. Snaggletooth, I'm going to say, because you haven't done anything, maybe you're like you're stuck guffawing at this thing to somebody like or Slackjaw just looking down as you see this bright orb of light kind of expanding in all directions from where it just landed, and that's about to encompass you. What do you do, Snaggletooth?
Well, I mean, I want to just get out of that. I don't have any good tags for the situation. I would try to follow suit. Unfortunately, I don't have any good tags to add to this situation. I don't have any sneaky tags, so I would follow our good friend Lloyd, but I don't really have anything that helps me with that.
Okay.
I don't think.
Take advantage of what he created.
Yeah, it's got a hiding place, so you know where you're going. So there's that at least. And
maybe I can say I've got a burning desire to get out of this situation. I don't know.
Do
That's really stretching.
Yes, you could certainly say that you feel a warmth begin to grow out from underneath your skin and fur all of a sudden, as if there's...
Yeah. I have tags that would help me if I chose to engage with this thing, but that's clearly not what we want to do. So unfortunately, I have very little that is beneficial here. So I might just take those +2.
So maybe
I think coordinated effort.
Oh, okay.
I think coordinated effort too, since you're basically playing off something that Lloyd had.
Yeah.
So I think
that. Well,
so maybe teammates from all of us, like teammates as a tag.
So that would be. Remember though that when you pull from the fellowship tag, you basically burn it for the scene.
Yeah, I think we used teammates.
Sure.
I'm not sure, but yeah, this still gets me 3. And then I assume there
is one thing. There's one thing working against you, so you do have a -1.
Okay.
So it'll be a net of +2 on this. +2 power.
You got this.
No. Oh, actually, no. 5 + 2 is 7, so I'm still okay.
Yay!
7 total. Okay.
7 total. It's a dirty 7.
Okay. So you managed to turn and run just at the last second as this light just starts to come up over top of the hill and just illuminates everything, everywhere you all have been sitting in this obscure darkness, which is this tiny flickering campfire, is suddenly illuminated with almost like daylight. It's so bright. But you run and you move, but at the same time, you kind of get caught a little bit in that illumination. And so for the briefest of moments, it sees movement up on the hill. And so the consequence is merely that it's now going to whoosh, fly up into the air once more, extend its wings, and it's kind of looking now from this elevated position as that light continues to expand, like it did some kind of effect that is growing and growing, and it's looking and it's looking and it's looking. Right now, Snaggletooth, Lloyd, the two of you have reached this hiding place. Morgan, Kick, the two of you are hustling. Poe is nearby as well, and he's like gathering up all of his various belongings, these things, these maps, these scrolls that he's been carrying. And he's quickly trying to gather all of this as this burst of light is now about to encompass him as well. Morgan or Kick out on the ridge here still with Poe. Do either of you want to try to do something here?
This is a good question.
It's a question I'm always going to ask, so it should never catch you off guard.
Some of the stuff is being covered on my character sheet for some reason. I want to. I'm trying to think of what it because I've got a lot of water stuff and not as much land stuff. Kick, do you have something land related that you want to do?
Well, the thing I want to do is not the thing that Kick would do. I want Kick to go and hide with Lloyd and Snaggletooth. However, Poe needs help. So Kick is going to run over to grab Poe and his stuff and just pick it all up and then run. She's just gonna scoop him. I
like it. Absolutely. Okay, so you race over, you grab him. Give me a roll that you can kind of flavor this based upon just like manhandling him, so to speak, just like grabbing him and dragging him, or it could be just
style all the way.
Yeah. Give me a roll for that.
Now's not the time for this. So strong.
Of course, it's the time for this. You can't see these. No.
I will throw in unexpected kindness, I would say.
That's apropos, I think, here. Yes.
Yeah.
Apropos. You guys hear that?
Boo.
Look what I do.
Do I get the -1 as well from the condition?
Yes, you actually do.
Yeah. The singer's tags. All right.
It's actually 2 that are working against you now. It's in the air.
Oh,
so that's
-2?
That's actually -2. Yeah.
Okay. Then
there's 2 statuses working against you because it's airborne.
Yeah. Also, Mountaineer, because rocks. Don't roll like last time.
Oh
no.
My god.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That is 2
That's
ones.
That's 2 ones. Snake eyes. That's the equivalent of a critical fail.
Oh no. Oh,
you rush
that's what
over
you get
to grab
for being
him.
unexpectedly
We're not
kind.
getting away from this thing.
Yep.
The two of the two of you, like, he struggles with you. It's partly his fault, and he's like, no, if it finds these, it'll do. And he's reaching down to try to grab things, and the two of you kind of scuffle, and you kind of pull apart. You hear the rip or tear of a scroll, and then you both go tumbling down, and you find yourself tumbling now, and you are in the illumination of that light now, right underneath it. You see its head looks right down at you, and you see these bright glowing eyes stare. You are going to go ahead and as it looks down at you with these big kind of like kind of reddish eyes almost, its wings extend. You see this swirling pattern. Give yourself the dazzled 2 status right now, as you find yourself just slowly just getting like dizzy, confused, and mesmerized by what you're looking.
Fun.
Okay. Morgan, you see this happen. You're up here. You can see this thing is hovering over top of Kick, who is now in this giant spotlight, so to speak. The entire area now has the illuminated tag, the scene location. That's effectively what his ability did. And he is hovering over top, and he's slowly lowering himself, or itself, I should say, down towards where Kick is staring up, almost dumbfounded at this thing. Poe is in the ground nearby, still trying to grab his things, and he's like, no, Kick! What do you do, Morgan?
So can you remind me sort of the diameter of this thing? Like, I want to make sure that I've got kind of the size of it correct, kind of in my head. Like
the size of the creature? Yeah, the creature is like...
Singer, yeah.
It's like almost 10 feet tall or so, give or take, and then its wingspan is even wider than that. You can see right now it is not in any kind of coverings. Like you've seen it when it was moving about town. It was kind of crunched down in some kind of covering, almost trying to obscure its like the composition of it. Now it's like it's kind of in its full extended form. So it's got to be at least 10 feet in terms of height, and then its wingspan is larger than that. And it's made to resemble a human, so it's bipedal, but it's certainly like thick at the same time. It's enormous.
Okay. So I had 2 possible things that I was thinking of. One is I was going to try to use my sea legs and balance to try to like climb up something and jump on top of it. But that seems like a poor strategy. So I think seeing Kick be sort of like mesmerized by this thing and sort of be stuck under it. I think what I would like to do instead, and I swear I'm not intending PvP here, but what I think I would like to do is use my Tavern Brawler and Drunken Master Brawling to just barrel myself at Poe and Kick, and like thinking that this might be some like they're stuck in this light and they're like can't move and they're kind of enthralled, and trying to break that. So I'm just trying to like barrel at both of them and try to break that enthrall.
I like it. You're just trying to physically force them out of the light. Yeah. Go for it.
Yep. Thereby putting myself right in the light. But this seems like the good thing to do. So
definitely this is going to be tracked because there's going to be some stuff you could potentially purchase.
Okay. I called out Tavern Brawler and Drunken Master Brawling. Actually, no, I burned Drunken Master Brawling at some point. Booey. I just have Tavern Brawler.
You can do it.
Okay.
You've got this.
Anything else?
But I am still Enfeebled 3.
Oh, God.
Is my highest, because that didn't adjust at all with...
Oh, no.
Yeah. So...
you might want to burn teammates. Just because I think you're getting a -2 from the singer, and then that's a -3. That's
not
a
for this.
-5. Okay.
She's not trying to necessarily elude the singer. I think she's just trying to physically push you guys. So I don't think any of his abilities are actually going to affect her here on this.
Okay. But I would be looking at a -2 because I've got a +1 and then a -3 from Enfeebled. So it might still not be the worst thing to burn teammates.
Yeah.
If we want to slightly redo this this action, I didn't necessarily suggest that Poe had fallen into the light either. So you could actually burn. You could use Father Poe. He's one of your tags. Use him because I do think Jeremy's right. I do think you guys did use teammates. So you could use Father Poe in this situation to help you kind of knock Kick to safety or knock Kick out of the light here.
Okay. Which wouldn't be burning, it would just be using, or it would be burning?
It's using, but if I recall, when you use fellowship tags, you use them once. It's like they're worth 1 power, and like they're done until you reset them.
Okay.
It's almost like equipment or like.
Okay.
Yeah.
It reminds me of other Escape. You'd have the things you get to use like once a.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get the one.
If I'm wrong, just correct me. But I think that's right. What's up?
Okay, so it's the one for Father Poe.
You just get one, yeah.
Okay, 1 for Father Poe, 1 for Tavern Brawler, -3 for being enfeebled. So -1.
Okay. You can do this.
I got this.
Roll well.
That is so I rolled a 7, which means I got a 6.
Okay, so that's a fail.
That is a fail.
Okay. So I think it's fairly straightforward. What's going to happen here is you go to push into and like
Kick
throw a
is so
shoulder
big.
into Kick. You kind of bounce off her and like stumble a little bit. Poe is an older man. He's a stocky dude, but he's older. So his strength has started to fail him somewhat. And the three of you are kind of caught up now as this creature lands. I'm going to say you, because as you dive in, the light gets brighter. Give yourself blurred vision. So you get to give yourself a blurred vision 2 as you have trouble seeing at this point. You're not staring directly up at its wings, but the light is overwhelming to this point. And then Lloyd, Snaggletooth, you hear again the and you can peek out of your small crevice that you're hiding in, and you can see illuminated very brightly, like a spotlight is shining down on that campsite where you all were just at. You can see Kick and Morgan, and you can see Poe, and they're all tangled up. You can see Kick is on her back, staring straight up. Morgan is grabbing at her eyes, and you can see Poe is trying to drag Kick out of the light, but struggling to do so. And this thing just landed right next to them.
All right.
Snaggle?
I think I've got
something?
an idea. So Snaggletooth is going to try and be resourceful, because you remember this thing's trigger is a magical whistle, right? I've got a really goofy idea. So I've got my big old beaverkin teeth, right? And I'm resourceful. And I do have a heart of gold, and I want to help those in need. But being able to whistle through the big beaverkin teeth isn't enough. But what if there was a demon within that could channel some amount of magic? So just channel the demon within through the beaverkin teeth, do some sort of sharp whistle, and maybe, just maybe, it'll channel some sort of energy that he doesn't expect to control the thing, but maybe it'll be like a weird jamming, like it'll confuse its system.
Okay. So
basically he wants, I don't know. I'm stretching.
No. This is good. This is good. Because you're using your demon within tag, that theme, because you're using that, and that's an adventure theme, you are not going to suffer the -3 penalty, because it has basically a mightiness that would not be susceptible to this without a penalty. But because you're adventure tier with this, you're on the same level as it, because you're tapping into that theme. So I'm going to say, let's do it. Give it a go. Let's see if you can draw its attention, basically.
So are you okay with me using all 5 of those? Or maybe knock it down to 4?
Walk me through them again.
So the thought was like trying to be resourceful, just using beaver. Cause I've got beaverkin or fearsome bite, but it feels like I'm not biting, but maybe using beaverkin to have access to the teeth, so to speak.
Okay. I like beaverkin. Within, I think that makes sense. Demon within. Yep.
Help those in need. Maybe heart of gold.
Yep. Convince me on heart of gold. Convince me on heart of gold.
Yeah. Well, I suppose I'm doing it from distance, so maybe it is just helping those in need.
Yeah. I like the 3. I like beaverkin, demon within, and I like help those in need. I think those
let's do it.
Make perfect sense. Yeah.
All right. Fuck yeah. Okay, so that'll be 11 plus 3, 14.
You have 14.
This makes no sense.
You have you have 3 power to spend. You can. Oh, how do you want to spend this? You could. Yeah, how do you want to like? Okay, so I will tell you that you could either try to draw its attention to you. You could give it some sort of tag like taunted, and it's come at you. You could potentially attempt to use this like power inside of you to dissuade it and give it like a status that dissuades it from attacking you and your friends because of the presence of this other.
That's kind of what I was hoping for. Is it'd be like he doesn't expect that he can control it, but he can maybe like disrupt whatever command it has. It's almost like corrupting its current command thing. He's just whatever magical command it has. This is kind of like doing a weird.
I like it.
Disruption of that.
Okay, so describe then, because it's not going to be just a whistle, but describe as that demon within you suddenly manifests, right? And manifests to the point where everybody else can somehow tell that something's wrong. It's not hidden. What is it?
It's a combination of fear and then like anger coming from that fear, because it looks like half of his friends and Father Bowler are just about to just get destroyed by this thing, and everything looks completely hopeless, and you've just got that little bit of despair and like the short fuse that's come from the demon, and so he just gets frustrated and doesn't know what to do, and so like the marks start to glow, and then he thinks about the whistle thing, and then like the teeth also start to glow, the eyes glow with it, does the whistle, and it kind of does like a weird almost shimmer in the air as it goes through. And so, then maybe that same light sort of briefly resonates in the crystal of the singer.
And maybe like with Lloyd sitting next to you, you get this strange, like the heat is palpable coming off of Snaggletooth. And there is this like smell of sulfur almost, this like waft of sulfur that maybe reminds you of the mines beneath Tor Hollow when you were trying to escape that demon. And as Snaggletooth emits this strange hum, this whistle, there is a clear disruption to what this singer was doing as its attentions fully turn away now from Kick and Morgan. Its eyes grow even brighter and redder, and it kind of stares down towards where that crevice is. And it's going in it. While it doesn't fly away, you definitely see that it suddenly has lost as much interest in Kick and Morgan, but it doesn't seem to have fled yet. So there is a momentary opening here to do something else. Lloyd, I'll give you an opportunity. You see this happening to Snaggletooth. You see your friends in danger. Is there anything that you think that Lloyd would try to do in this moment?
Are you crazy? Calling it over here. We're hiding. All right, then. And I'll run out into the open, see if I can get the crew up on their feet, get them running.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'll turn on a bit.
Race up. Okay. Okay, give me a roll. Put together a pool, because I want to treat this all like we're tracking all this to see how much you can grab. How many? Because there's 3 of them out there that need help, and so I do want to track this to see how many people you can help in this quick action.
Okay, I'll go with acrobatic agility sprint
For sure.
to make it quick, and then if I can throw in my empowered 3 that I've got.
I think so. Yeah, you are definitely getting the positive of your encounter with turn knockout effects.
Right?
I'm feeling juiced.
Yes. Okay.
Roll well.
Oh, that was almost another double one.
It's still a mixed 8.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
You have 5 power to spend. So spend
That's
your power.
awesome.
Go ahead and spend that power. So the goal was to grab them, to help them up, something like that. So you can kind of create status tags that get them helped, or you could like give them statuses of some kind. Like what do you think you would focus on as you race up, and when we can kind of try to document it in the moment?
Yeah, I'll create tags on the allies here if possible. Give them like a sense of organization or direction, kind of a place to go, next action to take.
Okay. If I could make a suggestion, you notice that Kick her eyes have this weird flickering light to them, and she seems like almost obsessed at some point, just staring at these wings You could spend some of that power to buy that away, to buy that back if you would like.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, just to break
so
whatever status she had.
So go ahead and remove it, Kick. So that's 2 of your power. You still have 3 power left.
Nice.
You could use that to you could use that to kind of create like a temporary tag, or give them some kind of like status, like give each of your 3 allies like a status, like a 1 powered status, that they're like they're upright or something, or they're head start, something like that.
Ooh, I like head start.
Yeah, head start sounds good. Give everyone a head start.
Okay. So Kick, Morgan, and then we'll say Poe also has it. And so if you do something with it, you would get a +1 for that status effectively. Okay. There is a consequence, however, because it was a mixed hit. You just ran up into the light. Okay. You're going to see... All right. Okay. You all know that this thing is made out of crystal, or some substance like crystal. You see, as you're standing close to it, Lloyd, that it begins to shift. Like you can see the composite, the prism itself kind of starts to shift. And you see like these little spikes and things begin to emerge from various portions of its torso and arms. And then you notice one of its arms begins to grow, and you see that it's going to basically brandish a sword made out of crystal that seems to grow and emerge from one of its arms. This massive 2-handed claymore style of weapon that is bigger than it, and it suddenly has it in its hands, and it pulls it back and brandishes it as if it's about to begin swinging. So the consequence being, I've introduced a new threat basically here, as now it has its weapon out. Okay. Kick. You're suddenly the appearance of Lloyd, maybe like a little slap to the face or something like that, or just screaming at you, and you're back. You whatever it was that had you mesmerized has faded. But now there's a 10-foot tall crystal golem with an even taller sword that's standing over top of all of you. There. What do you like to do?
She is going to see this sword, see the spikes that have grown from this creature, and turn and just grab another, like, preferably like granite, some hard rock build to throw, and she wants to maybe chip or damage the weapon to reduce its abilities.
Okay.
He's
sure.
gotta stay away from my fucking friends. And she is, going to use all the same things, because the other option was I pulled my short sword and stand in front of people. I'm going to wait a little bit on that one.
Okay.
But yeah, there are rocks handy that I might be able to do this with?
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay,
sure.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Now,
and then I get negatives on this one?
Yeah, there's a -3 working against you.
Okay.
Because of the tier of theme.
Okay.
It's a big bad.
It is a big bad. -3 because of their tier. I'm going to throw most of my strength ones in here. Yeah, okay. So I've just got strong as an ox, lift heavy loads, hurl something heavy, smash it loudly, mountaineer, and I'm throwing unintentional breakage in here again. Just
okay.
I probably don't need to nerf myself more than I already am. I'm going to remove unintentional breakage.
Because you're already getting a -3. Let's not make it -4.
I'm already getting a -3. I know that I've not rolled
net
well.
2, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Don't roll like last time. Okay, a little bit better.
Good thing you didn't add it in.
Okay.
Yes, that's fair.
You have 2 power to spend, and you said you kind of wanted to chip.
Yeah.
You wanted to kind of chip away at its weapon.
Weaken as a tag for the weapon, like as if it's going to break or chip it. Chipped?
Yeah, I'll put it towards one of the limits that I have going for it. So shattered or chipped is totally fine. That would totally work for it.
Okay, cool.
But when I say it's a limit, it's the limit. So remember that like every challenge, whether it's like fighting an enemy or like completing a journey, they have limits that you want to reach. Now, if you would rather spend that 2 points on a debilitating tag, you can do that. So it's either, do you want to contribute that 2 points to the limit, or would you rather create a tag that could potentially debilitate it slightly?
You should probably put it towards the limits.
Okay. So you hurl this thing at it. It like takes the weapon and sweeps away, and you see it just kind of carve through the actual rock. But nonetheless, you definitely see that parts of the blade, parts of like where it attaches to the arm, like fracture, and little tiny pieces of crystal fall down to the ground as you have chipped it. So you give it like chip 2. However,
Awesome.
You did roll a 7, which is a mixed hit, and it has a sword out, and it is going to swing it down at you.
Yep.
And so you stood there, you didn't run away, you threw this thing, it kind of knocks it away, and then it's going to bring it down on you. And as it slashes through you, you're going to be able to make a reaction roll to mitigate this. You're going to take wounded 4 and bleeding 4. But you can make a mitigation roll, but you cannot use any of the tags that you just used on your action.
So I'm going to take Hardy for this. I feel is good. Could I grab Highlander on this one? Because that's sort of the hardy nature of a Highlander, or no?
I'll take it because this is really rough coming down on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And can I grab short sword out of my backpack, or no?
I think so. That's fair. I think you can try as best you can to parry for sure.
Yes, pretty much. That's the idea. And I don't think I can argue anything else. Is this also a -3?
In this case, it's because it's not an attack that you're making. No, this is just, you're just trying to defend. So like you're okay here.
Okay.
So +3.
Yeah, I will roll. Don't roll ones. Don't roll ones again. Okay. I did a decent roll for me. That is a 9.
9. Okay, so you so that's a pass. What was the total power that you had again? In the roll?
From
3.
This roll is a power 3.
Okay, so since you're rolling to mitigate and you've got 3,
so I'm taking slashing 1 and
you rolled a 9?
1. Yeah.
So you can spend all of the power to mitigate or to lessen consequences. So you have 3 power to reduce either the wounded or the bleeding that you're going to suffer from this. And you are, in fact, getting both of those statuses. So you have wounded 4 and bleeding 4 coming at you at the same time.
Yes.
You can buy those down you can buy one, or you can mix it up. You can make 1 wounded 3 and bleeding 2, or wounded 3, or wounded 4 and bleeding 1. It's up to you.
I'm going to buy both of them down a little bit. I'll go with bleeding 2 and wounded 3.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So this thing, as you swing and it tries to knock it away, you chip it. And as it looks down, you see the little fractured bits of small crystal fall to the ground. It swings back around with you. You get your small short sword, which is like a quarter or fifth the size of this massive blade. And you're able to redirect it slightly, but he's still able to just slash you like right across like your arm and through the back. And you just feel pain just cascading through you. Okay. Blood sprays out. Morgan a little bit flicks on you. Lloyd on you as well. As this thing is now in its full offensive form, sword on top of this. It's still like you guys are standing in such a way. It almost seems like it's annoyed by the fact that you got in its way as it's staring down at the crevice where Snaggletooth is hiding, as if it seems more interested in that. But nonetheless, you're here and you're attacking it, and so it's trying to dispatch you all. Does anybody want to take the spotlight here?
I'm gonna do the dumb thing.
Good.
Join me.
I'm going to do the dumb thing. So I'm going to do what I was thinking of before, which was I want to kind of combo my sea legs balance with my tavern brawler. So I basically want to kind of parkour-ish, kind of up this thing. Like I imagine I've climbed masts of things and whatever. Like I should be pretty good at those kinds of things because, you know, I'm a fisherwoman. And what I would like to do is, if I kind of heard the description correctly, sort of that stone throw towards kind of the sword and the kind of appendage that's holding the sword kind of added a tag. So like, I know it wasn't labeled this way, but I'm thinking of it almost like a weak spot that I could then kind of be able to try to like exploit and try to kind of do damage to this thing. So I'm trying to like parkour up and around and kind of use my tavern brawler and, you know, kind of like, you know, when we were kind of in the sea caves where, you know, Snaggletooth rips the thing and then I kind of punch through, and we were kind of doing this kind of combo thing here. And it's going to go just as well, I'm sure of it.
Improvisers is a good tag to burn as well for this, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fellowship tag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like
you could do that. Okay.
I like that. All right. So then that is.
There's a -3 working against you because of difference in tier and because of which you are attacking it, trying to affect it with your measly mundane hands.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna. I think that ends up being a +1 because we've got improvisers, sea legs, fisherwoman, tavern brawler, and then the -3. So I think that ends up as a +1.
But what about your
statuses?
No,
and crap! It's a -2.
Yeah.
Well, I said
Don't
it was
forget
a dumb
about
thing.
burning tags.
So
you can voluntarily burn tags as well to get +3 as opposed to +1. So you can burn one of those for a roll.
Sea legs balance.
Okay. All right, so that'll get you to an even roll.
So then that'll.
It's a flat 2d6.
4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Seven.
Okay, that's a success. Okay.
I keep rolling the same thing. I keep rolling a 5 and a 2.
Okay, you have 1 power to spend, even though it was a flat roll. You always have that minimum of 1 power. So you have 1 power to spend.
So can I add to the -2 and make it a -3?
That's not exactly how it works. You could give it a -1 because
that's right.
How the status system works.
Yeah.
So you've given it a 1, and now it's essentially it's chipped or shattered. That's the track I'm playing around with. So it's now both 1 and 2. So the next time someone gives it a 1, it's going to pump up to a 3, and then et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So yeah, you climb up and you start pounding away on this little like the side of its hand where it's kind of trying to grab, and you can see you're breaking off tiny little specks of crystal, but nonetheless, it doesn't seem as affected as you probably hoped.
Yeah. And I think she's just sort of like trying to keep the attention kind of with Kick and I here of just like, oi, what do you think you're doing? You're not going to interfere with the... And she's just sort of spouting stuff just to try to keep it kind of distracted and whatnot. So we're doing the distraction and they're doing the hide.
And because you did not get a complete success, it's going to have a consequence.
Yeah.
It's going to, with its other arm, come down, grab you, and just like you can feel like this not quite claw, not quite hand, sink into the back of your neck. You can feel like that tattoo, that brand kind of sizzle as the two things come in contact. And although it doesn't make a sound, like you can definitely see that the contact with that thing has changed it in somehow. Like it's growing. Its eyes are continuing to grow with some kind of maybe anger, but it's going to pull you and just toss you. And it's just going to fling you across the a battlefield. So I'm going to give you a relocated 3 status, which means that you're going, if you want to try to affect it in some way, like get close to it again, you have a -3 working against you because you have to catch up to it. So you've just been hurled across this battlefield now.
So I would like to think that this looked cool for like a minute. That
it totally did.
riding on like back of the
that's
thing
what-
and just
oh.
like
But then there's that wind finally grabs you, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, and it hurls you across. Okay.
Oh no.
if I had to mitigate, I was gonna try to make an argument for natural swimmer because I'm like swimming through the air.
Swimming and flying are not the same thing.
Don't you have weather watching or something as well? You know, if you're in the weather.
I'm attuned to weather. Yes.
You're
the
attuned to
air
weather,
is
you
just
know.
the ocean of the sky.
Okay. We've got a battle brewing on top of this hill.
Okay.
It's illuminated. It's got this massive sword out. It's already slashed through Kick, and Kick is still standing there. You can see Poe nearby. Like Lloyd has managed to get him back up to his feet, and the two of them are kind of like just on the edge of this the swing. And then you just see Morgan fly across, and just nowhere near the battlefield now. You hear a thump as she lands somewhere.
Okay.
Oi.
Snaggletooth.
Morgan's going to be the only
Okay.
survivor.
I think, I think instead of like trying to play it smart and try and disable this thing from a distance, I'll tap into the disadvantage or the shortcoming of short fuse, because that's upsetting to see, and he's kind of already intentionally letting himself get angry about this in the first place. So I'll use my disadvantage of short fuse, but I'll charge in if I can get to him. And I think what would be fun is to just basically jump on its back, country strong, holds and grapples, and then use the demon within with fearsome bite. Just whereas before he's kind of trying to channel like the whistle through it, now at this point the lingering heat is still in the teeth, and now just jumping on its back and gnawing into it.
Yeah. I'm not going to give you the -3 from the tier differential, but it does actually have. There is a status that would probably work against this, so there'll be a -1, but not a full -3 because you are technically attacking it with some kind of magically infused attack here.
Okay, so I've got
Of
my
the
own
same
-1 that it gave me, and then the -1 from that will get me down to a 2. I'll click my thing later so I don't freeze my stuff up. Sorry. All right, so it gets me to a 2. Okay, so 7 to 9, not enough to get to the 10. Oh well.
Got a 9.
9's still a hit.
I should not have taken the disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh.
So that's
I
fine,
gotta
but you get
stop
to check
doing that.
something.
It's never. Yeah.
Oh, it's
I
great.
mean, I was doing it too.
It's fun to do, I think. Okay, so you had what was the net power that you had to spend?
2.
Okay, so
Well,
what would
because
you like
I
to do?
had 4, -1 for its thing, -1 for me using my disadvantage.
Do you want to
can do it
continue
that
to
too.
work? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if
Basically,
you want to
continue
manipulate the
work on
system,
its.
yeah. If you want to manipulate the system, what I would recommend is you just do chipped or shattered 1, because that's going to bump it all the way up to 3, and then only spend 1 power on that, because there's no difference between giving it a status of 2 or a status of 1 in this case.
Either
because
way,
it's
it'll
already
pump it
got
up to
1 and
3.
2 on the track. So you can always give it like some other status, like some other 1-point status that could work against it. So if you want to spend 1 towards the limit of shattering it, and then another point towards, what do you think?
Could I have a point where like I jumped on its back and I bit into its back? Can I be a hard target? Because I'm like bit into its back, where it's kind of like the whole thing where it's like it's gonna be hard to like stab me while I'm on its back, sort of thing.
Okay. Hard target.
Nice.
Give yourself hard target 1.
Nice.
I like it. Okay. And it's going to deliver a consequence to you. It's going to try to do the same thing. Well, actually, no, it's not, because, yeah, you're different.
You're special.
Okay.
There will be no consequences from this.
Okay.
You jumped on the thing that can
Scot-free.
fly that wants you.
Yay! No.
It's standing there. It's got its claymore. It's like it's getting ready to swing down again on Kick, but you come rushing up as you see Morgan flying past you, and you leap on top of it, and you bite into its back. Its wings are gonna fold backwards and try to wrap around you.
That's awesome.
You can go ahead and make a reaction roll for this.
Okay.
something that's elusive. It's not so much about damaging you. It's going to be more about grappling you. So you're looking. It's going to be like a grappled 3 that you're going to want to try to buy down here. So if you have things that could help you here,
does the hard target apply to that?
I think it. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Totally.
So hard target, maybe block a blow.
Yeah, why not?
That makes sense.
So hard target, block a blow. Resilient, it's just trying to grab me. It's not really damaging me, so I don't think resilient would necessarily do anything.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm
if
fine
I'm
taking resilient. I'm not gonna
that?
split hairs over resilient. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
And then maybe all fired up because at this point my body temperature is so hot that it's making it difficult to
I like it.
get purchase.
Okay, so it's a total of 4. I think.
Really big thing is like, ooh, ow.
This little bundle, like sweet little snout is like turned into this little bundle of like fiery rage.
It's like burning off all your fur. Just crazy.
Yeah. By the time this is done, he will 100% have
no
lost all
fur.
his fur. Absolutely. I think
furless
afterwards, all the fur
beaver
gone.
look like?
Beaver.
Naked
no.
beaver.
God.
Just naked, wretched looking beaver. Okay. So that'll be a 6 for 10.
Nice.
10 on the dot. Okay. And so you had a total of 4, so you can buy it all the way down. And so as this thing tries to wrap, you like scurry up and down it a little bit, and it is unable to grab you, and its wings kind of flurl back out, frustrated at its inability to grab and grapple this beaverkin.
Nice.
Lloyd, I'm gonna come to you. It's been a while. You see Snaggletooth on its back. You see Morgan get thrown across the battlefield down a hill. You can see Kick is bleeding from a horrific slash to her back. You have helped Poe up. He has his things. Lloyd, what do you think you're going to do in this situation?
You've all gone mad. All right then, 2 can play at that game. I'm gonna wake up the golem of the henge and bring it into this.
Okay.
You're gonna do what?
Yeah, you would know. Okay, so put together a pool. You can use the thing that you got from the elves. And then anything else that you think might work. I'll tell you what, even though you guys have burned Poe is here. If you say this out loud to him, he might be on board. He's a crazy man.
All right, Poe, we gotta wake up the henge golem. It's gonna fight this singer off.
He's just gonna look at you. You're crazy, but that just might work. And you see he like pulls like out from his underneath his robe. He has that leather cord with like the little bit of crystal. You've seen all of the different friars and nuns wearing this, and so he's gonna help you in this. So you can take a +1 from Father Poe, and then you got your bonus from the elves. And then if there's anything that you think Lloyd would have natively on his sheet that could help him in this, that could work for you.
I'm curious what would happen.
Okay, I'll give it to you. It's a crazy idea. It just turns on you and pounds you into a ball. Live and learn. But you don't. You die.
So 4 total power coming in this roll. I got.
Heck yeah.
Roll.
11.
That's
saw
an
my roll?
11. Okay. All right. 2 of that power will be spent to summon. Okay, the henge golem. So that's 2 power. And I would say so. Like you've added the golem essentially to the battlefield. You have 2 more power. I would suggest you create a tag
Focused?
that's like friendly or something like that, so that it knows not to attack you.
Oh, I was going to
Yes.
say like focused on
Little
like
cooperative
this
golem.
as a target.
Okay. So you and Poe quickly like stumble over towards one of these plinths, and you begin kind of chanting in Elvish tongue that you probably don't even know what you're saying, but that's what Quailith was telling you. And so you just kind of recite in this really bad like accent, like you're just not quite hitting the pronunciation, but it's working, and you feel this rumble in the earth beneath you, and you watch as like the actual plinth itself suddenly begins to rupture. You see a crack move across from it, and it kind of unfolds itself. And it pushes itself up. You see no face, you see no eyes, you see no mouth. It's just this walking piece of like granite or some other hard like hard rock. And it's not as big as the crystal golem, but it is bigger than you. And it gets up and looks around, and you see Poe like holds up like the crystal, and you see it beams like this tiny bit of light, and like that giant granite golem just and comes rushing in. So you all now have a huge golem as part of your tags in the adventure. So it's going to rush over and get into the fight.
Yay!
Okay, Kick. We haven't heard from you in a bit. You've took that horrific slash, but now Snaggletooth is in the fight, and there is this rock golem that's tumbling towards where the crystal is. What do you think you're doing?
That one's on our side, right? She has her short sword out. She sees Snaggletooth going for it. If you're smaller than an enemy, you got to get close range so their swing isn't as bad. Doesn't work quite in theater of the mind combat, but in theory. So she's gonna get in there and take like the butt of the sword and just try to like smash the pommel into the crystal.
Okay. I'm going to give you a +1 because the golem is involved in this, but I'm also going to give you a -3 because of the singer's protection. So you'll have a net of -2 coming from my side, plus whatever it is you want to activate.
And I also have -3 from wounded as my biggest negative. So I will be burning something.
Okay, so you have -1.
Yeah, so I'm going to take short sword. I think I'm going to burn strong as an ox.
Okay.
And then...
So be -2, excuse me.
Yeah.
-2 from me, -3 from your wound, +3 from strong as an ox puts you at -2 net so far.
Yes. And then I'll grab... I guess hardy. I'm just trying to think. This isn't like picking something up and throwing it this time. So I smash it loudly. Yes. Okay. So that should zero me out.
Okay. So just rolling a flat.
This one. I'm rolling it flat. And then there's -3. Oh, is that not? Okay, hold on. How do I? There we go. I think that burns it.
While Kip's just doing all of that,
yeah,
I'm going to say, I'm going to jump in and say, welcome Raiders from Mini Terrain Domain. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. How was your game tonight? All right. Oh, God, Kipser, you're having such bad luck.
You just can't roll worth shit. Seriously.
Kipser rolled Snake Eyes before. Now she rolls a 1 and a 2. And unfortunately, that means you're going to fail.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Gosh, darn.
You try. So I'm going to say that you tried to take advantage of that henge golem, like just stumbling in, and you kind of get caught between them. And I'm going to say trampled. You're going to take trampled 2, as you kind of get trampled down into the earth by it. And just,
ouch.
Okay. All right. Morgan, you
I'll
find
just
yourself.
take the hits. How's that?
Your kick's in rough shape.
Oh.
Morgan, you have tumbled down the side of the hill. You look back up and you just hear the sounds of your friends calling out, shouting out to one another. You hear like suddenly Kick's voice saying, "Hey, that thing's on our side, right?" And you see rushing across like this big stumbling shadow, the rocks and the stones kind of trickling down, but you are at the base of this hill. You've been thrown to the side. Obviously, you've got your own wounds. Is there anything that you think you would be doing here aside from just trying to get back into the fight?
So I have two thoughts. So one is that I'm wondering if I would be able to, because I have cheer them on as one of my tags, and so I'm wondering if I would know anything to basically sort of like use my turn to motivate the stone golem to attack the thing. Using that, like, cheer them on. Like, is there something else that I would need to know to be able to do that?
We'll find out. Put it together and we'll see. And you could perhaps empower it in some ways, maybe. Yeah. Put together a pool. Put together cheer them on. Put together, I don't know, jovial disposition, maybe. Laughing at despair. Maybe laugh at despair is probably more apropos. I did it again, guys. I did it again. All right.
Then I've got the 3 there. So what would be coming against me? Because I've got all kinds of shit that technically goes against me, but like in this particular action, I'm burned, enfeebled, blurred vision, and relocated.
Yeah, I don't think the relocated is as big a deal since you're just calling out as opposed to trying to race in and physically do anything.
That was my hope, is that I can kind of still have my action be meaningful.
Yeah. I'm going to say those are all fine, but I am going to, you're okay from that. I'll give you a -1 because you're trying to communicate with a slab of animated rock and you don't necessarily know how to do it, whether it has ears. So we'll just say -1 for that.
Okay. All right. So that's net +2.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Rolled a 9 + 2 is 11.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so you have a total of 2 power. You can spend this since you're like calling up and like kind of egging on the golem. And since that's how you flavored this, you can do it a couple different things. You can spend 2 power to create a tag for the golem. You could, I mean, honestly, you could, if you're just calling out it, getting it to angrily shatter it, you could just say it starts shattering it. And I would probably let you do that. It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, if I could just do like a shattered 2.
Yeah, what I would recommend is since it's already got shattered 1, 2, and 3, I would say just do shattered 1, and that's still going to kick it up to 4. And then buy down your relocation, like you're relocated
so move
by
a little
1.
bit. Okay.
Yeah, so you're a little closer now. So you're just kind of moving up, shouting, cheering. And as these 2 things just suddenly, this big sword swings down and just clinks off the rock of this henge golem, and the golem is just like this brutal. It's almost like gorilla-like, and it's just like this vicious beating, swinging down, pummeling it. And the crystal golem is bigger and certainly stronger, but it's not able to like parry all of these attacks. And you see flakes and chunks of the crystal coming off. It is still, however, standing. It is not actually defeated yet, despite the fact that chunks of it now are flying off with great regularity with each swing of this henge golem. Snaggletooth, you're on its back. It's like a crazy rodeo right now as you're trying to like hold on desperately as it's swinging around wildly. Its attention now turned to this other golem in the fight. What do you think you would do?
I'll do largely the same pool as last time. Country Strong, Holds and Grapples, Demon Within, Ferocious Bite. But this time I'd like to use coordinated effort with the other golem that's swinging at it. Maybe part of that coordinated effort is it had the wing that it kind of tried to stretch back at me. So part of the bite is like biting into the wing and pulling the wing back at just the right time. So it kind of leaves itself slightly open for the other golem to get in a good hit while I'm also biting into its back.
Okay, that sounds great. It's still got the 1 working against you, but because you're using your demon tag, I'm not gonna, and you're like basically magically attacking it, you're not gonna suffer from that mightiness thing.
Jeff, can I ask a stupid question about Jeremy's rolling that?
Yeah.
So we had a head start from Long earlier. Can I use the head start to come back quicker?
Yeah, you can buy. I'll say you can buy down your relocated by 1 more. Yeah.
Yay!
Like how no one used that, by the way. Comes up, he spends 3 power, and no one uses it. But yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Melissa's using it right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I had a total of 4. 7 plus 4 will get me up to an 11.
Okay.
And so,
what do you want to do? You have a total of 4 power, you said?
total of 4. Because I had my 4 own, or basically Country Strong, Holds and Grapples, Demon Within Bite, and then Coordinated Effort. So 5, then down to 4 because of the -1.
Okay. How do you want to spend this power?
It's already at a 4 on its status, right?
It is.
Okay. So it seems to make sense to do 1 into that. And then I want to do 1 on that to raise it by 1. I almost want to create a tag of like maybe at this point, like something like maybe it's what's the term?
Like
It's
a
magical
weak spot
systems
or something.
Yeah, like create some sort of weak spot. Like maybe whenever it get bent back, like it's been hit, like there is now like a legitimate shattered spot. Like not maybe necessarily for me, but I've been heating up, and then the golem punches it where I pulled it back, so now it has like some sort of weak spot maybe.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you that you don't need to do that.
Okay.
Your 1 is enough. So as like you bite into it and like it's reaching back towards you and you're slowing down its parries of the golem, and it just gets push, 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 and you just see chunks and chunks begin to shatter, and then you start to feel the entirety of its surface begin to crack. It starts with these slow little jagged lines, and they become giant crevices. Then you see this light begin to start pulsing within the center of its torso. You see it actually starts to kind of panic a little bit, and then it explodes.
Oh no!
And it's going to send shards of crystal in all directions. Snaggletooth, because you have extra power, I'm going to let you buy down the bleeding effect that you would have gotten from this. And so you are maybe protected by one of its like weird kind of spectral wings. But Lloyd, Kick, and Poe are all within that kind of range. Morgan, strangely enough, because you are relocated, I'm going to say this is actually not going to affect you.
I was going to say, did I just run in close enough that now this does affect me because I spent
That would have been so
start.
funny.
You still have the status. I'm going to say you're further enough away that you're okay. Kick and Lloyd, you can both make a reaction roll to try to protect yourself from the sudden explosion of crystal in all sorts of directions. So I'll give you both a reaction.
Does Poe get a reaction of sorts as an NPC?
Yeah, I'll take care of Poe.
Okay.
So I would say the two of you don't need to worry about Poe. Poe's not going to die because he hasn't taken as much damage as you have. So he might be bleeding, but he'll be okay.
Cool.
I'll go with simply acrobatic agility and dodging harm. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, dodging harm, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Use
like
full tag.
Highlander, Hardy. That's it?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Lloyd, give yours a roll. You have a +2. And we'll do these one at a time. So go ahead, Lloyd. And how'd you do?
My foundry's lagging a bit, if you can see the roll.
You got 7. You have a mixed hit with 2 power.
Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you can only spend power to lessen consequences, so you don't get any effect. But because this is going to be bleeding 2 and you have 2 power, you are actually are able to quickly like dive and dodge. Maybe you take cover behind this rock golem, this gorilla-shaped like hinge golem, and you can hear the sounds of all these tiny bits of like crystal and glass just peltering against it like the sudden hailstorm, and you're able to duck down and avoid it. Kick.
Does Wounded 3 affect my defense roll?
Well, you describe what it is that you think you're doing, and then we'll describe whether it will. Yeah.
If something is shattering in front of her, because she's in very close combat, she probably is just going to be, lowest to the ground. She's going to be dropping to the ground and trying to like cover her head as best she can with her hands.
Okay.
I'm going to use the stone golem as like a
but she's like right there. If she was a little further away, I could see her using that, but
no, totally true. Yeah, that's fair. Just fetal position.
Fatal.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no to the wounded, but I will say yes to the trampled because you've dropped to the ground, but I'm going to say that's going to slow your ability to react. So a -2 rather than a -3 in this case, I think is fair.
So that is a straight roll for me. Don't roll like normal. Nope. That is a 5 with another 1 in my die pool. I'm going to
try as best you can to roll, but you also take bleeding 2. I think you already have that, which is going to bounce that up to bleeding 3.
Yep.
Okay. As you are pelted by all these shards. In addition to the explosion of glass and crystal, there was an explosion of light. You can just see it was just like a star suddenly supernovaed at the top of this hill. And then all of you are momentarily blinded by the effect. And then your eyes begin to get back. It's hard to see. You also notice now that bright light, whatever it had done to illuminate the area, seems to have faded along with it. You hear the sounds of... And you see as that hinge golem has turned around and like using its arms, again, like these big gorilla arms, it's just slowly working its way back to where the other plinths are. All around you, Kick is lying on the ground, bleeding, and looks absolutely terrible. Like slashes, piercing marks, trampled onto the ground, bruises. Morgan, you're able to climb back up the rest of the way to the hill. You look all over the place. You can see like Poe is on the ground. He's also pulling shards of glass. Lloyd, Snaggletooth, both of you relatively unscathed as you look around at the battlefield, having defeated this blessed singer.
Oi!
Is it over?
You did it!
I don't think that was a good choice, but I don't see another way around that. Snaggletooth, what the fuck?
Oh, I can't feel amazing and awful all at the same time. And I think at this point, all the fur is gone. He's just this sweaty, steaming mess.
I think you might need some new pants, honestly.
Oh, I'm real sorry. Oh.
When I first saw that thing coming in town, I did not think that, I thought maybe we might have to fight it at some point, but I very much wanted to avoid it. I can't believe we actually destroyed the thing.
Me too. I honestly didn't think that was going to work.
What was all that? Snapple, you heated up?
Yeah, I got a bad feeling that, well, I think where we know where certain trouble lies. So, well, we don't need to sweat that too much. I'm going to help y'all get where you need to go, is what we'll say about that.
Conversation for another day and all, I suppose, but we should probably... I imagine that light was bright enough to have cast it all the way back to Isfik for the rest of the choir to see what's going on over here, yes?
I'm not sure how much I'm moving tonight.
Is Keek still bleeding really badly?
She is. Yeah.
I
think I gotta sit for a bit. Oh, don't cauterize my wounds, don't you fucking...
I was absolutely thinking of cauterizing your wounds.
I know exactly what you were going for.
I love nothing better than finding ways to heal people in a way that they hate. It is one of my favorite things to do in any role-playing game.
You have an opportunity handed to you on a silver platter in a bleeding kick.
I knew exactly where you were going with that. I can't roll above a 5, so,
It's just an idea. I mean, if Keek doesn't want me to, I won't
if you're
You can, yes. She wouldn't know that. I would know that.
You've got to stop her from bleeding.
All right. I don't want to make this weird nothing, but just kind of do the thing like get to the wounded part and just kind of like get the angle of his teeth at just the right spot.
Hi, what you doing? All right.
And he's got a burning desire to help you because he's got a heart of gold and he likes to help those in need. And maybe Heart of Gold could go into it.
Sure.
I think there's something. There's something poetic about a blacksmith being healed by
gonna absolutely
hot metal like this.
Poetic.
No, bad Jeff. I heard that.
Okay. Well, so that's not the best roll, but I had 4 points into it, okay?
Okay.
So I
Where'd
rolled
you
a
land?
3, but I had a 4, so that gets me up to a 7. So it's a really dirty 7.
Okay. You can staunch your bleeding.
But
So
I
you go ahead
am
and-
biting it closed with burning teeth.
What the? Snaggletooth! She just like screams at you a bit. It's gonna hurt like hell. Oh my god.
So go ahead and remove the bleeding.
Okay, cool. Both of them? Like, yeah, I guess.
All 3. He has enough. He can spend. He put 4 power into it, so he can buy it down.
Okay.
So you can buy down your bleeding. The consequence is more of a narrative consequence, of course, in that you can see his brand is almost in a constant state of glowing. He is emitting this sulfuric stench. His skin is visible beneath the burnt fur, and you can see there's a glow in his eyes. You can even see his teeth have kind of almost started to rot in some ways. He is very clearly possessed by some terrible entity, and it seems to be eating away at him. So that is the consequence. I have a little limit over here that once it's hit, bad things will very much happen to Snaggletooth. And we're going to say that limit is being advanced.
Excellent. Now. Perfect.
Okay.
That's okay. We're just going to help you get where you need to go. That's all we need to worry about.
Snaggletooth, that's kind of unnatural there, and I thought the Twilight Choir were full of it, but
yeah,
they did say that
it's fine. I'm fine. I just need a good rest. We're going to get you up to that place Poe was talking about, and that's all you need to worry about. We're going to get you taken care of.
Kick will side-eye Poe to see his reaction for sure on this.
Poe is getting up, and he's like pulling the crystals off of himself, as he too was embedded with many of them. But he'll be looking at Snaggletooth and what Snaggletooth is doing, blood kind of coming down from Poe's eyes, and he'll come over and he'll be like, "Snaggletooth, get away from her." Okay. And then
I'm sorry.
He reaches down to grab you and kind of pull you back. And he realizes his hand is like singed by kind of touching your shoulder, or maybe an exposed section of it.
Oh no.
You're not in a good way, Snaggletooth. You listen to me. You cannot give in like that. You cannot harness it. The more you give to it, the more it will take from you. You must resist it. It might seem as though the power flowing through you can be channeled to something good, but I assure you that every good deed that you do, you are eating away at yourself, and soon it will take you over.
Who's gonna kill him, though? Well, I'm just gonna make sure we all get where you need to go. And that's good enough for me. But I hear you.
Snaggletooth, that's not good enough for me. You gotta step in as well. You gotta be with us. You're a part of our teammates. We're not gonna leave you behind like this.
Oh, cool. I wouldn't
think of
expect
yourself
you
too
to.
a bit.
Well, I am. I guess.
Oh, it's a fault of yours. You're always looking after others.
It's all right.
And do what Bo says. Push it down as best you can, and we'll figure out later. You're right, we do have to get moving. I appreciate you cauterizing my wound like that. Well, I don't actually. Don't do it again, but I do appreciate it.
Okay.
Kick, you're still wounded 4, which literally means you're like nearing death's door. So wounded 5. No, you're not. You're
no.
You're wounded. Aren't you wounded 4?
I brought bleeding down to 2.
Oh, you mitigated
down to 3.
You mitigated.
I
Okay.
mitigated it so that it was a 3. So yes, I am.
Just remember,
very
you're
injured.
very wounded. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not sure how much I can move tonight, but we'll drag ourselves across the finish line if we have to.
We've definitely got to rest. I think the question is, how far away do we need to get from this bright light? I imagine it's some sort of signal that's going back to the choir to know that the singer was looking for us, and if that explosion of light, it means they're going to be heading this way, I would think.
Lloyd, do your keen eyes find anywhere else that might be good for us to hide out? Not too far from here, but hidden well enough.
We can definitely move. Let's get out of here for now.
Let's do that, then we'll get on the move a bit and just relocate a little bit away. But you had good eyes there, Lloyd. I'd completely lost track of where you got into. You and Snaggle didn't know where you were.
I pointed it out, but it's all right. It was a lot of chaos.
Since we've seen that thing just looming around town, I mean, didn't you wish you could pull it apart?
Aye.
But at least two of us had that desire, this thing that does their bidding for them and tells if you're lying or whatnot.
My gums, if you want.
Oh my word! You do still have that. Let me get that out of it. My word, my word. You've got to cool down a bit before I'm gonna go sticking my finger in your mouth.
Aye, okay, Lloyd, you're gonna have to lend me a shoulder, and then we can hobble on a bit.
All right then. And we'll just move from this area. Mm-hmm. Get out of this radius.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you guys start moving away from the area, and you're gonna so you know that like to the west of you, like you guys, we have our little map, right, which is sort of accurate. But you know, like kind of to the west of you is the town of Aberlin, small little hamlet on the water. You know that there are a few narrow rivers and streams that you're going to have to cross, but none of them are particularly deep. So it's the type of thing that you could potentially trudge through. So I guess the question is like, where do you all kind of want to go? Are you looking to just sort of relocate to a different hilltop within a couple miles, or are you looking to kind of push in a direction? Poe's ultimate aim, and he would say this to you, and he's already said it to you, is that he needs to find this hold, this stone him hold. He needs to hit that's his goal. Doesn't mean it has to be your guys' goal, but his goal is to get up into the mountains to the west and to find where this place is. And he feels like and if you recall, he thinks he has has a guess of like a stretch along the mountains where it might be. So like somewhere between where the blockage was and like one of the taller peaks to the north, somewhere in that kind of stretch. Is where he believes it to be. And he very insistent on this is something that needs to be done. Whether or not you guys go along with him, whether or not you guys want to trust him, we believe him, that's entirely up to you guys. But that's what he would kind of be pushing for. So what do you guys think?
Kick would believe in Poe still.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
I would agree, and I would push. We go towards his goal sooner rather than later, because we don't know when things are going to come to a head.
I got a bit of a bad idea, which is going to rely on Morgan more than anything. We still have that boat down there, and there's a lot of rivers that go up to the base of the mountain. It's faster to travel by water than by walking.
I suppose you're right there. Morgan is going to ask. I don't think that's a good idea.
That's the mountains. I can see them from here. Just go that way, right?
I mean, I can see that there's a mountain there. I mean, I suppose you could tell us about the finer points of which mountain and which, but I think my eyes can see the thing that is taller on the horizon than the
Morgan,
water line.
High or low?
Oh, no.
Low.
It's 1. And as you say, I can look at him too, and you look over it, and both of you realize that you actually can see the mountains. It's nighttime, but you can still see the mountains. And it's because you see there's a glow coming out of them. A very high ridge that Kick you've seen before.
Oh.
Like this is, and you see it off to the northwest, high up in the mountains. But you can see it, and it illuminates a few of the ridges to the northwest somewhere.
Aye, Poe, look, there's your thing.
We had seen a similar light off to the north a bit not too long ago, and now we're seeing it out west.
Yeah, so he's looking at that. That must be it. That That must be, yes. And he's like putting on his pack. We must go. I know you are all hurt, tired, injured. We have to move.
If we get the boat, then I can at least take a bit of a rest while you row and maybe Lloyd and Snaggle or someone. I'm not sure how far I can go on my own.
I feel like there were lots of dangers in the water when we were rowing on that, and that's not sure there aren't dangers over land. But remember all the gunk that was getting stuck to the top, and we've got to mind the things that are floating. I'm not sure it's the. I don't know.
The other thing to remember is
the faster way
that
across,
you guys traveled for a ways to the north, so like you're not right next to the shore. So you guys would be backtracking a few hours back to the coast, which is perfectly fine if you want to do it.
Instead of going more in the direction, probably as the crow flies, we should be going towards Poe's goal. I think.
Yeah.
Then we're all on board. Let's head to the northwest.
Okay.
Couple miles. Catch our breath.
And last question I have for you in terms of just like general direction. Are you looking to get close to Aberlin and its various homesteads? It's not as big as Isfig, but like Isfig, it has homesteads that sort of surround it and spiral out and away from it. Are you looking to avoid detection from anybody at all? Or are you just looking to kind of cut through, or even just finding aid perhaps from them? So it's up to you. You just let me know.
Do we know if the choir's been up here at all?
It is a known location, yes. You don't know that they've been there. I believe Kick, could have been Morgan, I can't remember which, but one of you did see they sent boats out at some point. So one of you saw that.
I saw that.
I think for plausible deniability, I don't think we want anyone there to see us. I think we want to, as much as possible, avoid detection. And if anybody gets asked, nobody's seen anything.
We seem to have a string of bad luck right now, and misfortune seems to be following us. So let's maybe not drag anybody else into it.
Okay.
Seems like the wise approach.
So you guys will take a wide berth around Aberlin, and you will kind of push northwestwardly. Are you just looking for a place to camp as far away from here, maybe across the river, or are you like going to try to trudge through the night all the way to dawn and just not even try to rest at all?
Kick will probably insist on finding somewhere to rest because she is, again, very injured.
Yeah, definitely the best option.
Okay. Okay, so then somebody, with the assistance from Poe, so you get a bonus from this. Someone just give me a test to find a suitable campsite, far enough away from prying eyes, somewhere defensible, somewhere hidden, that kind of thing. Anyone can do it. And I would even say like all of you could, if you want to assist, you can. If you think there's a tag that you would have that could be useful for finding this, that's fine.
Would my assistance not cause a negative effect?
I don't know. Can it?
If anybody can, I can.
Kipser's not very hot with the rolls tonight, so maybe she should roll it.
Lloyd's got the youngest eyes of us.
Right, I could find a nice suitable spot.
Okay.
Go with my learning the environment, point out peculiarities.
My vision is blurred a bit, so I probably not
That'll
the best.
That does actually fade fairly quickly,
right.
so you can go ahead and delete that one. And I think we already got rid of your dazzled, so your dazzled should be gone. Any physical harm, and trampled is gone as well. You can get rid of trampled. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. So is anyone else contributing a tag to this?
You can take Mountaineer.
Okay.
Okay.
Put you to 8.
Maybe coordinated efforts, like if you want to kind of take the lead. And
yeah.
I think the only thing I could contribute to this is attuned to weather, and I don't think that really helps.
Okay. Okay. So we'll say. Okay, so you're at a 9. All right, that's still really good. So I'm gonna just sort of say that you cross the river. Again, the river here is much shallower, and so you're able to find a way across it. Like you can find like these like large river stones and such to kind of hop across it, wade across it here and there as can be, maybe even like kind of refill water skins, clean out some wounds and such as you pass through it. But you know that you can't stay too close because so many homes are built along the river. And so you continue a little bit further and you kind of get within sight of the river, or excuse me, of the forests, of that like kind of dark forest. And you would know it's a very dangerous place, the forest towards the north side. Because that is where the beings of the old forest, that kind of strange creatures that haunt the forest, you know that they tend to roam within the darkest reaches, or at least that's what the folktales say. Whether or not anything has really happened, you don't know. But you kind of get to the edge of this by the time it's the equivalent of like 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's a few hours before dawn. So you do have time if you want to do a quick rest and to try to maybe heal a little bit. Do you want to do a full camp?
I'm fine with just a rest myself.
What we could do is do like a half, just do like one watch
Yeah.
as opposed to two. Yeah, so everyone can take one action maybe. Okay. So again, rest, reflect, take camp action. So you could potentially get rid of some of your statuses and such. As you get a few hours of rest, you probably wake up shortly after dawn after only maybe like a 3 or 4 hour night's sleep, that kind of thing. So Kik, you're going to try to heal yourself?
I'm doing a rest action for sure, where I'm going to try to restore some of my power tags and remove some of the negative story tags.
Okay, so let's take a look at yours in terms of
I've got
what...
trampled 2, wounded 3, and I've burned strong as an ox. Those are like my big things right now.
Trampled's gone. You can get rid of that.
Okay.
Branded and wounded are going to stay. What's your branded at?
Just,
no, branded's your tag. That's your
brand is just the thing on my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wounded 3 is going to stay from the rest, so that'll stay. But you can get rid of trampled. And then, what did you burn? Strong as an ox?
Strong as an ox.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can recover that.
Cool.
Lloyd, do you know what you would be doing?
Yeah, I would do the reflect one. So I would mark an improvement on my acrobatic agility theme book.
Yeah. Yeah. You did use it to dodge out of the way, so it kind of makes sense. Okay. And then Snaggletooth?
Keek's still pretty wounded. And there's part of me that's tempted to reflect on Demon Within and get another thing in that.
Again.
But
guys,
maybe
it is a shared storytelling game.
I know.
This is not a game about wins and losses. This is a game about you guys helping to collaboratively tell the story.
No, but I think he would try to help her out because she's still pretty hurt. So I'll try, because I've got help those in need, heart of gold. I don't know that I have anything else. I can't think of something cool in the area to use resourceful with necessarily.
There's water nearby. Clean out some wounds.
Yeah, maybe I'll try and get some stuff that I can try and clean things out. Maybe in a weird way, like the superheated chunks of crystal are actually like some decent instruments to work with.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, clean her out. I don't have my old herbs and that sort of thing, but still, it gets me potentially 3 power to roll with to try and help her out. So that's what I'll go with, I suppose, unless.
Do you? Okay. Yeah, like I'm cool with this, but at the same time, I feel like we just had a scene in which like you were tapping into your demon and like you're like revealing yourself to be possessed, and like you're like you guys are wanting Poe to come over and say what he thinks about it. Like to not use that and build off of that seems like negligent to like what the story was in the last scene or two.
This is largely me just trying to be nice to my teammate, but I agree. That's
good.
my first instinct.
Go do your.
My first instinct, honestly,
stuff.
was to do the reflect on it and then create another tag. I don't know exactly what tag I would create with it, but that would get my third pip. Okay.
Healing me is not going to make a difference. I'm not rolling well enough for it.
Yeah. I do agree with you, Jeff. That was my first instinct. I just, it's my nature. Like, as Jeremy, not...
Yeah. I agree, but
so
I just think the nature of this game is such that, like, we need to,
makes more sense.
Think of this as, like, how do we, like, what's the story beat? And, like, to me, we kind of established it. We teed it up.
And it's maybe not even full on reflect, per se. It's more the nature of, like, it's not... The previous reflections have been, like, he wanted to think about something nice. This is more of, like, there's, like, heat flashes and something else is there. And it's not, like, a very friendly reflection. It's more of, like, something's almost being imprinted.
I mean, you could also think, like, there's a voice. Like, you actually hear a voice, like, speaking to you in your head.
Yeah.
Like, the voice of this creature. And, like...
Like, maybe he doesn't quite understand it at first.
Yeah, it's like tongues at first, but then you start to recognize it. You start to, like, comprehend some of what it's saying. Like, it's giving you instructions.
That'd actually be a fun tag in its own right. Like,
put it down.
Sort of whispers tag.
Yeah. Okay, so you're doing reflect, and we just see, like, off in the corner, Snaggletooth with this sort of faraway look. Maybe, like, the ground around you where you're sitting. We just see, like, the wilting of various grasses and such. Okay. Perfect. So then, Morgan,
arcane whispers.
What do you think you're doing?
That just sounds fun.
So I would say Morgan is concerned with this enfeebled that's kind of stuck around for a little bit. So I would say that's where she probably wants to talk to Poe about it, and just see, like, if there's anything that he knows that can kind of help with this. And she would just kind of go up to him and Poe, I've ever since we came across the thing down in the mine, or in the cave, and we got these brands on us. Just felt so tired, and I just can't shake it to get to sleep, and it's just not better. Is this just going to be how I am forever? Is just in this weakened state?
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, Snaggletooth is a little more visible, and she'll kind of pull down and kind of show.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't forget, like, that's not from the demon. That's from you. Your enfeeblement was from the sea caves, where you interacted with that Turanok artifact.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
I'm not sure if Melissa's
right.
confusing that, or if that's Morgan confusing that.
Yeah, I think it's just, like, kind of like all of the things together. Like, but yeah, like, when we were talking earlier about what we saw when we interacted with the thing, and, all the different visions and whatnot, and it felt just awful afterward.
As well, there's a reason why those who the choir sends to the ruins are highly trained and do so for years, because the instruments and artifacts of the Turanok are very volatile, and we can't always tell exactly what they're going to do when they come into contact with us. Many of us study, and we are given the gifts of the Maker to help defend ourselves from the sorcerous nature of some of these things. You are a fisherwoman. You have no such training. Your body, your mind doesn't know how to react to it. And even those who are trained, sometimes they're turned into ash. Other times they are, like Lloyd, given a new lease. Great strength, great vision, great vigor. That's why we must move so carefully. Well, we've tried to. Yes.
Yeah, we failed a bit in that area, but I hear your point.
And he's got remember how he tore something? It was like the map, and he's got it on the ground in front of him. He's got like a lantern nearby, and you can see he's like constantly craning his neck, because you guys are like right in the foothills now, looking up through like the forested foothills, like where the beings of the old forest live, and then up the mountains to where high above it you see that glow, and his neck is like craned back, and like you're kind of interrupting him, but he's like, at the same time he sees that you look quite pale, quite drained. You can see veins here and there are kind of showing. Let me see what I can do about this. My pack. Yeah, hand me that. And he pulls something out, and he kind of turns through. It says, yeah, this might work. Okay, yes. And he lays this old, like, dusty tome that, like, out on a rock in front of him. He pulls out his, like, little kind of glass medallion, and he kind of speaks something into it. Sorry about this, Morgan. And then he, like, just scrapes you with it. You can see he just takes this little shard of glass and scrapes you with it. And then he, like, muddies up the glass with your blood. And then he speaks something in a language that you don't understand, but as you look at the book, you recognize some of the lettering, as you are actually familiar with the alphabet of the Totonac. And I'll tell you what, give us a roll, Morgan. You can have you'll have 2 power for this, from using Poe and then using Poe's books, because you guys never lost them. So those are basically 2 power, and you can roll 2d6.
Yeah, I don't think I've got anything extra to add to this, but I've got the +2.
Yeah.
Nine.
Okay. You can buy down enfeeblement by 2, so you're enfeebled 1.
Yay.
As you do feel this sense of energy kind of start to come into you. You even look at your hands, and you see your hands, like, color comes back to them. And you can see that the veins in some places that were starting to show, like almost like different, splotches, or almost like varicose veins, but they're starting to fade now. And you do feel this, like, sense of energy. Like, you're still kind of tired, but nonetheless, it does seem as though it is kind of lessened. But when you look at Poe, you see that Poe has now started to, in some ways, gone a little bit pale in the face here and there. Do you feel better?
Oi, yes, I can just, like, stand straight up a bit. It's been days since I've felt like that, but now you don't look so good.
There's always a cost. Help an old man down.
And he's, like, trying to sit down again.
Sorcery, magic. It's always a cost, Morgan. Remember that. It's never so easy. Some people think it's all tricks of light and can create things out of thin air. But all it is moving energy from one place to another. And sometimes the flow of it is not natural. And in that case, it is more difficult, and it's a great cost. If you ever... What?
There's been so much going on that's so complicated, and all of this sorcery and nonsense. We're just simple folk. This is so...
Well, yes, sometimes the simplest folk, though, are the ones that are most willing and have the greatest merit and are worthy to inherit it. Those out there beyond the mountains, you've never traveled there, have you? You've stayed here, yeah?
No, I traveled a bit more around, Snaggletooth, and get up into trouble a bit, but not so far, no. Would you have?
There are greedy people out there, Morgan. There are cruel people. There's no cruelty here. There's no greed. Not really. Someone wants an extra piece of pie or an extra pour of a mug, but not the type of greed that gets people killed, that ruins lives and makes a village crumble. No. Hold on to that simplicity. Don't think of it as a weight. It is a strength. It means you know what is valuable in the world, what is really valuable, and that's each other. You kind of like gestures to your friends, and that's your homes, your fields, your fish. Yeah, that's what is important, and that's Morgan why we have to protect it. Time is running thin, and we have to do something drastic if we want this place, these people, to live on. You want that, don't you?
Of course we do. I want all of us to keep doing the things that we've been doing, but my word, Snaggletooth not 2 days ago was thrown off the edge of a cliff by some giant flying creature, and I saw the same thing not long ago, and everything under Tor Hollow and in the sea caves. I mean, my word, I thought it was just, poking myself with the fishing lure is the worst thing that's going to happen in my day.
Yeah, these are all signs, preludes to a greater calamity that will befall us. Not much is entirely known about what actually happens, but just as a forest sprouts and a mountain ruptures up from the earth, those are acts of creation. Things grow, they mature, but at some point, the Unmaker takes their turn. The inverse happens, and the denizens, the creatures, the instruments, the tools of the Unmaker come out from the shadows, from the darkness, from where they have been slumbering, and they feast. In some fashion, the creatures you're seeing, demons, from the mines, they all feel it coming. You're a fisherwoman. You know the weather. You can feel when a rainstorm is approaching,
Right.
Yes? It's like that, Morgan. Except the storm that is coming is far worse than you could ever imagine.
Couldn't feel
afraid.
it none.
Well, that's a good thing. It means that you are good of heart. Because only those that seem to be energized by its coming are here to do terrible things. I need to rest now. But
he kind of gets in really close now, and he kind of whispers to you so that no one else can hear.
keep an eye on Snaggletooth. I worry about him. We don't have the time to perform the ritual to expunge the creature from him. Perhaps when we're done with all of this, and I am not strong enough to do it alone. I don't know if there are any of my brethren back at Isvik who will assist us in that time, if we are to succeed at whatever it is that we're trying to accomplish here. But know that he is in grave danger.
Okay, I think hopefully he's the best-hearted of all of us. Hopefully that will help keep him strong and keep this at bay a bit.
He kind of just like looks over at Snaggletooth And like in the distance, you can just see like Snaggletooth just sort of whispering and talking to himself. You can see like where the lantern light is sort of covering on him. Like there's like this section around him. Like maybe he's sitting on a log and the log is kind of blackened. Maybe the grass around him is like wilted, like a flower or a weed here and there. And maybe, Morgan, maybe. Time will tell. Now, I need to rest.
Keep an eye on him.
Tomorrow we need to climb that. And I hate climbing.
I'm sure Keiko, she's not been doing quite so good at telling us where to go, and we were among the trees and whatnot, but we'll be getting in her area, and I'm sure she's going to do just fine.
Take that ridge in. Look at it carefully. Mark it in your mind. In the morning, I don't think when the sun rises that we'll have such a beacon. But we'll have to remember it.
And you're
it.
at the base of an extremely tall mountain, and so you've got to go up pretty high. Like this is a fairly high climb. But yeah, you take it in, you do your best, and like when you look back down, you see that he is kind of just fallen asleep on the ground, like right next to the torn map, and he's just like this. He looks like a frail old man for a moment, whereas like most of the time you see him, he's kind of got this like stocky sort of look to him, like where his robes are kind of bulged up a little bit. But he looks kind of frail and tired and kind of falls asleep.
Morgan will do the classic, like take a blanket or something and like kind of put it over him.
Top of him.
Yeah.
And we like hear the sounds of the crackling fire. We see over and around everyone kind of eventually kind of get their night's rest. And we'll fade out from there. We'll call it for a night, and we'll pick up on that next week as you guys try to climb a mountain.
Yay!
We did it.
Nice.
I'll totally navigate us up the mountain. Absolutely won't get us lost again.
No,
Yeah.
you're gonna do great.
For the fifth time.
It's easier. You just go up. Which way do we go?
Mm-hmm.
Up,
We
right?
beat the
They
crystal
go up.
thing.
Yeah.
We did the thing.
You did, yeah. I was kind of worried once he brought the sword out, because like once the sword comes out, that's when the really bad ones come into play. But he doesn't have it out right away, so like I wasn't sure if you guys were gonna provoke it. Which
We
you
did.
Yeah.
We absolutely
But
did.
you guys did great. It's
Yeah.
tough. It's really, really tough.
Along with the clutch call on the golem.
That was so fun. I love that.
I think we definitely wouldn't have engaged if I hadn't rolled 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, and then fallen into the middle of the light.
Rolls were so bad. Your rolls were so bad. Yeah, like you had it, like there were other limits that could have, like dissuade was one. And you added that dissuade 3, so like you had already moved it pretty high. But then like once the fighting got started, it was really hard to find time to add to that at this point. But yeah, you guys did great. It was awesome. But yeah, we'll pick up next time. You guys are going to climb a mountain, try to find Stone Himhold, and I don't know, maybe save the world. Not save the world. Save your homes, basically. Is what this is.
Save our world as big as
just save your homes. That's all this is about.
Yeah, our slice of the world.
Yeah. All right. Let's get on out of here. A couple things. Next game, come join us on Saturday, where we are also climbing a mountain. It's a completely different mountain. It's a real mountain in life, anyway. Mount Kailash. Bad things are going to happen, obviously, because it's a Call of Cthulhu game. But join us for Call of Cthulhu as we climb a mountain in that game, too. And then on Monday, there's not really a mountain, but we could make one. We could do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just we're in a subaquatic base, but we'll just say there's a coral reef that looks like a mountain, and
We're
we'll
gonna
climb it.
have to climb back up at some point. I'm just going to be going from.
And we can rely on Long's expertise. Long is an expert rock climber over here, right, Long?
Yeah, I'm pretty decent.
All right, let's get out of here. We're gonna raid somebody. Have a great rest of your night. Oh, we got raided, Melissa. Who we get raided by?
We got raided by Mini Terrain Domain. Thanks for the raid.
Awesome. Okay, we'll see y'all later. Have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, they will.
See ya.